Welcome back. In this short video, we'll be looking at different puzzles related to conversions of different types. So until now, we learned about the numeric types int and float, and we looked at the Boolean type as well. And now we have learned about the string type. So we'll try and convert these values from one type to another and try and play with them. So what do you think would be the converted value of this? str of true. Str here stands for string. And what is the type of true? True is a Boolean. So it returns string. Similar to this, you can also do bool of true. What does it return? Yep, it returns true as well. However, what does this return? It returns true as well. What does this return? True. False. Now, if I do a bool of false, what do you think it will return? True again. Now, if I do a bool of empty string, finally we get a false. The important thing to remember is all string values which contain any content in them are all representing trues. So if you are trying to convert a string to Boolean, the conversion is not based on the content of the string. I mean, if you have any content in this string, then it becomes a true. Only empty strings would return a false value. So that's something which you need to always remember when you are converting strings to Booleans. We started with trying to convert strings to Boolean and Booleans to string. Now let's try and convert a few integer values to strings. So str of 1, 2, 3. What does it return? Obviously it returns 1, 2, 3. The thing is, you can convert integers to string, or you can convert float points to string as well. The str method works as expected with integers. However, the conversion from string to integers is much more interesting, right? So I have a string 4, 5 and I'm trying to convert it to int. It returns 4, 5 back. Now, if I do 5, 6, you'd see that it throws an error. It says I cannot convert it into a int. 45.56 is an invalid integer. So anything that you do to break this would throw a value error. It says this is invalid value. This is not a valid value for an integer. One of the things that allows you to do 4, 5, let's say I would want to say ABC, is to specify a base. So what we are doing in here is we are using hexadecimal. We are saying the base is 16. So we would want to convert this string into a int using a hexadecimal. So that's what we are doing in here, and that's why this works. Int of 45 ABC comma 16 returns a hexadecimal number. So if you know hexadecimals, then A stands for 10, B stands for 11, C stands for 12, and until F, which is 15. If I try something which is not valid by a hexadecimal like a G, obviously you would get a value error. So you can convert hexadecimal strings to integer by passing the base as 16. Similar to int, you can also convert strings to float. So I can say 34.43, and this becomes a float value. However, as discussed earlier, any invalid values would throw a value error. Okay, in this quick video, what we did was we looked at converting different types to strings and converting strings to different types. So we looked at Boolean, int, float, and we looked at how to convert them to string and how to convert strings to those specific values. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.